Today we're looking at a model kit. Now, I'm not going to put you through all the nightmare of putting this thing together, but I did want to do a little intro, and then I'll show you what it's like once it's all done. This is the Gradius V Vic Viper. So the cool thing about this is that they actually make a second player character too. So this is player 1, which is with the blue, and they have player 2, which has red on it. Now, I didn't do player 2 because it was on pre-order, but I grew up as player 2. I was Sonic, I was Luigi, I was the red one. So anybody that can relate, you may want to look, because by the time this is out, I'm sure you can get a hold of the red one, or if you're fine with waiting on things to arrive, just doing the pre-order, right? It's a beautiful figure, maybe. We won't know until I put it together. And I just want to do this video so that we kind of get an idea of what's in the box and what's going to be involved. This is a no paint required figure, which is cool, but I'll probably do some kind of panel filler paint. Tamiya Paint makes a panel filler that's basically just kind of like doing a wash so that you can fill in all the lines and stuff and just give some realistic look to the panels. So I'm sure I'll do that, but you don't have to paint the blue and the black and all that stuff, which is cool. And why I bought this. I like the idea of painting stuff. I just don't generally have everything I need to do that very well. So we get some shots of in-game, the start screen and all that, and then some model shots and a little blueprint, which is cool looking. You get all the power-ups listed here, but as you can see, it's all in Japanese, all of it, even the instructions. The parts lists, there you go. So you get a lot of little pieces to put together. So I think it's really just gonna be time consuming. I don't see this as being challenging, but you may need to open up the Google Translate app on your phone if you order one of these and just kind of hover over these sections and make sure you know what that says. Because I'm sure not everybody here can read Japanese. There you go, look, there even comes a little guy. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be fully snapped together and only a few things need to be glued, but we do have this icon, which should be telling us to glue some stuff. But otherwise, it may just snap together. This may be a pretty simple setup aside from the glue thing. I just needed to know what undergate is. That's what that means. That's what is undergate. I don't know what that means. Anywho, so probably not too awful, but you can see here's the bag of goodies, all these little parts. It's just gonna be, like I said, I think it's just gonna be time consuming, but nothing too obnoxious. And then it'll be a nice, I mean, it's still gonna be easier than the game, right? Unless you die in the middle of it, because there's no respawning in real life. But a lot of parts, lots of parts, and the details are definitely there in all of these parts, but yeah, you're gonna have to add some kind of panel coloring or something to really enhance these things. It's gonna be way cooler when it's put together, believe it or not. Certainly better than looking at it in pieces in a box. Anyway, there we go. There we go. So I will put this thing together and I'll be back. Probably my hair will be longer or something, or a different shirt, depending on how long it takes me to do this. It won't be today, so something's gonna be different. Cut to that part. All right, so it's been longer than just like a day or two. It only took like a day or two to do, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It's been in the background a couple of videos, but we have finally got there. I'm finally getting it. Whatever. It's all the same time frame for you. Whatever. It's all the same time. Whatever. It's all the same time frame for you, so it doesn't really matter what I say. But a couple of things to know about this thing. First off, this is just like a checklist to reorder some of these pieces, which this is the one that they should have put like 10 different like copies of everything that's in there, because the pieces that were on here were almost impossible to get off of the thing, but I've lost at least 2 of them. Those are the little pieces that go into like right here and in the corner pieces and stuff, and I lost one for sure, that one, and I lost another one somewhere else, which was a bit unfortunate. Oh yeah, on the back of it. That's probably the most important thing to know. If this is something you pick up, basically what I'm saying is that these little red pieces, they're so delicate and tiny that you will absolutely lose some, and there are no duplicates in there, which is really, really unfortunate. Now, this kit is like 95% glue free, which is really cool. You also don't need paint, which is also really cool. Now, I glued a few spots. There's like a couple in the instructions that tell you specifically when you need to glue, but there were a couple that it doesn't say anything, and I still felt the need to glue, like these little red things, like going into the side piece. If you paint models, you're gonna wanna paint your little dude inside because he's just all white and there's no detail on him, but it's not required, which is nice. Now, I said I would do it, and I did it, but I have a panel outline paint from Tamiya. You can obviously go in there a little bit more delicately than I did. I just kind of brushed the entire thing with it. Obviously it fills in the cracks, that's the idea here. So all these little panel pieces are supposed to get some color in there to help differentiate them versus being this like very stark bright white. But I brushed it over the whole thing because I kind of wanted to get this like space dust look to it. So on the bottom of this ship, you can actually choose to just fill it in with a plastic piece that has, you know, etched in shapes and things, which I didn't paint. Kind of gives you an idea how drastic that white is. If you're not going to use the stand, you can fill that gap in, but you need to find some other way to let this thing exist. I mean, I just lay it on the table. Seems kind of crazy. So easy enough. I would give it like a, I don't know, 4 out of 10 as far as difficulty goes. It's just the tiny stuff that makes it a challenge, but otherwise you don't need paint. You only need a couple things to glue, but the stand is nice. You also assemble the stand yourself. It's got a little ball joint in the stand, so you can angle this thing around in different positions, which is really nice. Simple, easy enough. I do recommend it if you're a fan of the video game. So that ball joint works really well, so you can get some pretty extreme angles. But that's super straightforward. I do recommend it. If you're interested in this model, then pick it up. It's a great item for not too bad of a price. I hope you can find some good online stores that offer this thing at a nice price. But as far as model kits go, super easy. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. This is a new one, and today I didn't really feel like even recording a video, but here I am, and I don't know what I'm doing or saying, and it's causing me to act real weird to myself. But thank you so much for watching this, and if you're interested in 3D printed items for your collectible figures, then watch that video right there, and we'll see you next time.